Hi and welcome back to Rainy Dewey's Art Spot. It has been a while since I posted a video. I've been painting. I've been trying to teach myself with the help of some YouTube videos how to do oil painting. So that stuff you do not want to see, even though my sister said I should record some of it. But a lot of it's painting and wiping stuff off and trying to figure out how to mix, watercolor I've been doing for a while, so I'm a little more comfortable. So anyway, I'm back with a little bit of a watercolor little lesson that I'd like to share with some beginners, and it's really about color mixing. I gave you a little shortcut earlier in the previous video. It's that little star that gives you guidance on what your color complements are. So this time I wanted to focus on just two colors, and I think if you do that a few times, you can do it in your sketchbook or you can do a full-blown painting. I think it will be helpful because you'll really learn what colors you can get when you mix just two. So you're going to use, for this one I'm going to use, for this demo I'm going to use blue and orange. Now, blue can be any of the blues on your palette, and any of the oranges on your palette. It can include vermilion, I think that's the color, yeah, vermilion, or burnt sienna, but you don't want to go toward the red, or when you mix the blue with it, it'll be purple. So you'll know when you've crossed the border. So choose two colors. Just could be ultramarine and burnt sienna, or ultramarine and vermilion, but let's test out a few, and then we'll do just a simple landscape using two colors, and we might pop a little bit of one of the raw colors into a spot so we guide the viewer's eye. Anyway, let's just fool around with it and see what happens.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know.
The nice thing about practicing in your sketchbook is you can stay more relaxed and commit to just trying new things. A lot of times when you make this commitment to using a good piece of paper, you have this pressure to perform, and it's a lot more fun just to practice a lot of times. So of course I didn't take notes as to what I'm using, but the two colors that I chose were transparent pyrrole red and cobalt blue. I'm gonna take notes a little later. There's my reference photo. You see, when the photo that I took is really lousy. I'm not a great photographer, and so way too much sky. So I bent the photograph, and we'll probably tear off the top part, just to remove that as a distraction. So here I am just mixing two colors. And you'll see in the sky where some of the orange and blue separated. I really like that. I love that property about certain watercolors. And there are certain colors that will separate, and you can use it to your advantage. It makes it more interesting. So depending on how much blue and how much orange you mix, you get either a blue tone or, toward an orange tone, or a perfectly beautiful gray like in the background in those hills. So let me let you watch instead of me just yattering.
The roads that lay open are many, when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any, to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck.
Okay, and here I am. I'm going to take the plunge and do a little painting on a good piece of Arches cold press, 140-pound paper. I buy it by the sheet and then tear it down to various sizes for painting. And then once you do that, you're going to want to tape it to a board, a rigid board. I have taped it to a piece of clear plexiglass that I got at our local hardware store. And so here I'm laying in a very light drawing. I use a 2H pencil. If you use one of the B's, that graphite is a little bit too soft and you'll get a lot of dark graphite residue, but the 2H is just dark enough and stays pretty fast on the paper. Here I laid in clear water. I start off with a clear water wash. I didn't put water in the foreground because I want to control that portion of the painting. So the sky and then the distant mountains, you see, I'm laying in those colors. And there are just the two, just the blue and orange. We're practicing what it will do, what grays we can get with it, how far we can push it before it goes to the blue, and how far we push it before it goes to the orange, and anything in between. If you practice your color combinations like this, you don't have to do a final painting, but you can just do it in your sketchbook. You will commit that color mixing to memory in no time, and it will become second nature. So let me just let you watch.
It's a good day today. It's a good day to live. Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving this like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away.
my painting process includes a lot of small controlled washes. Aside from the big wash at the beginning in the sky, I will lay in a little bit of water in some areas and then drop in my paint. And if I want it to really spread, I'll use more water and a little less paint. And if I don't want it to burst so much, I'll add, it'll be a more intense combination of pigment and less water. So you need to try both. A lot of that is just wet on dry paper, and then those little foreground trees, the paper has begun to dry, and when the paper begins to dry, then you won't get that typical watercolor bursting and blending. So that's how I try to control things as best I can anyway. And don't forget, you can blot with your paper towel if you don't like it. Nothing's off the table when it comes to trying to get a good painting. And then at the very end, that's when I put all the details, fine trees, and the paper will be dry when you're doing that. You want to have a lot of control.
Why do I feel so empty deep within? Where did I go wrong? Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on and letting go. I'm fighting another day. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low.
And that would be that. It's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And happy painting all.